this one hit us and hit us hard at the magnitude.
Snow is starting to melt around Denver, but up in Gilpin County and places around Black Hawk, people are still trying to dig out and get back to some sort of normalcy. Some parts of the county got up to 5 feet of snow, and today crews are still working to clear away roads and highways as people still deal with heavy snow around their homes. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause has the latest.
Folks here in the Front Range are used to getting a lot of snow during the winter, but when 5 feet of snow fell on Aspen Springs during last week's snowstorm, even this was a lot for folks to deal with.
This is a John Deere tractor. It moves a little bit of snow. Yeah, they don't get these storms very often, but when they do, it really hits hard.
For more than 40 years, Jim Duvall has cleared away whatever winter leaves behind at his Aspen Springs home.
We've been up here since '79, and we've seen a number of storms come and go. And the 2 big ones were back in 2003, where we got 69 inches. And then this storm here, where we got 50 inches.
This storm leaving a wall of white in its wake.
We had to dig a path from the garage out to the barn so we could get in there and feed the horses. And the snow was so high that it was at our head level.
Today's the first day he's been able to leave the house in days. Something he was prepared for.
Yeah, that's called Colorado living.
Gilpin County Sheriff Kevin Armstrong knows this snowstorm was tough.
But this one hit us and hit us hard at the magnitude.
Armstrong declared a local emergency disaster Thursday when the snow settled into the foothills, hoping to get help.
When it first started the plowing process, it was just falling too fast. We were getting 3 inches an hour at times. And that you can't keep up with that when you have 148 miles of road.
Beyond the snow, unprepared drivers made things worse.
But more importantly, or challenging for us, was the commercial vehicles. Some of them were coming up through the Golden Gate, and if you know how difficult and windy that road is, a commercial vehicle on a slick and heavy snowstorm will block the road and prevent any type of emergency response.
Days after the snow stopped, Armstrong says crews have now plowed every road at least once.
Getting better.
They're still working and asking for patience.
I understand their frustration, but we're doing the best we can.
The Gilpin County Commissioners voted this morning to extend the local disaster declaration by another few days in hopes that it'll help to unlock more funds and resources for the county to help clean up what remains from this snowstorm. In Gilpin County, Rachel Krause, 9 News.
And back here in the metro area, more and more of our snow from the snowstorm is starting to melt a bit away. Here's a live look at the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels as people make their way back from the mountains. So it may not feel like it right now, but this Tuesday actually marks the first day of spring. If you can believe it. It's happening so quick, but the snow is still around. But today, at least here in Denver, Lauren, the snow melting away pretty fast.
Yeah, that's right. We're seeing that snow start to melt all around town. We saw it yesterday as well with a little bit of sunshine we had yesterday. Today it's a bit cloudier, so temperatures aren't quite as warm as what we saw yesterday afternoon, but still above freezing, so enough to get some melting done. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current temperatures all across the state. 40s across the Front Range and Eastern Plains, even some 50s off to the east where they didn't get any snow, so none of that cooling them off. We're at 44 degrees right now at DIA, 30s and 40s in the high country, 40s and 50s out west across the western slope. We take a look at our 24-hour temperature change map, and this is where you can see that we're not quite as warm as we were this time yesterday. We're 6 degrees cooler in Denver, the northeastern corner of the state, roughly between 5 to 10 degrees cooler than we were just 24 hours ago. The rest of the state getting a little bit warmer. Now, we will see warmer weather push in, but let's go ahead and take a look at where we sit right now. Temperatures are below average for this time of year. Our seasonal high is closer to around 57 degrees, so while we were above freezing and got got a little bit of melting done. We're not quite as warm as where our average is this time of year. Now, let's also take a look at our yearly precipitation. Right now, we're at 3.27 inches. This is roughly 2 inches above our seasonal amounts for this time of year. So we did get a good amount of precipitation. That's going to help us out a bit, especially with the sunny, dry weather that we have coming in as we make our way towards spring. We take a look at our HD Doppler radar. Those rain and snow showers to the southwest are starting to die out. So we'll talk more about that in your spring-like forecast. All of that just ahead of my 7-day forecast.
All righty. Denver police say 2 people were killed at the former Doubletree Hotel, which now houses people experiencing homelessness. That shelter is on North Quebec Street, just south of I-70. Police say this happened last night. They say 1 man and 1 woman were found dead inside a room there. So far, police have not made any arrests. And about a mile from there on North Quebec, just north of I-70, Denver police say a driver collided with a motorcyclist, killing the motorcyclist. That happened around 12:30 today. Officers are still looking into what happened there. This week is Republican Congressman Ken Buck's last week on the job. His resignation goes into effect this Friday. Congressman Buck is the first House member from Colorado to resign in modern political history. And Kyle Clark has the context on how Buck's resignation will make things more difficult for the Speaker of the House and Congresswoman Lauren Boebert.
I think this place is dysfunctional.
Getting the Buck out of here means a slimmer majority for Republican Speaker Mike Johnson. He'll only be able to lose 2 GOP votes to pass legislation on a party line vote.
I'm resigning my seat and creating a vacancy in my district.
The Buck stopping here means Republican Party insiders in his district will pick a replacement to run in a special election and almost certainly trounce the Democrats' pick for the special election in that deep red part of Colorado, the Plains, Dougco, Loveland. But remember, that special election is just the race to fill the seat for the rest of the year. The bigger race is decided that same day, June 25th, the Republican primary for a full term in Buck's seat.
Have you ever been arrested?
Do we get to...
These are the folks seen here, raising their hands at a recent debate when asked if they'd ever been arrested. Lauren Boebert leads this field in fundraising and name recognition, but she almost certainly will not be the party insider's pick for the special election ballot. It very well could be one of her primary competitors, and that could hurt Boebert's chances if voters are confused by 2 races on the same day, with another Republican getting a special election showcase on the ballot.
And people who live in Buck's district will still be able to get services like help from government benefits from House staff while that seat is vacant.